Yo, still bills, what's the deal, man? I'm back. I ain't hopped on here and chopped it up with y'all in a minute, man. I'm leaving the eye doctor, man, and they dilated the nigga pupils, man, and fuck. this shit is painful, man. Just stepping outside into the light, man. I ain't no stunner shade wearing ass nigga, you dig? I ain't never been that type dude. So even this get out right here is just out of my character. I just can't get jiggy with that. But, health is wealth, you feel me? But Peep Game, I want to talk about something, man. And yo, we got a big fight this weekend, man. We got a big fight this weekend, and that's Muratalla versus Andy Cruz. And I know, a lot of people have, they come to the conclusion that it's a far gone conclusion that Muratalla is going to lose this fight. And I just don't see it like that, man. Both of them, they have similar traits. They both have similar traits. They can both switch hit. Neither one of them are great at it out of the southpaw stance. I think they're a lot more vulnerable defensively when they fight out of the southpaw stance. But they can, they're good enough to give you different looks out of the southpaw stance. They're both good on their feet. Both of them have really good feet. Both of them have really good footwork, man. Both of them have really good footwork, but it's a couple of things that I'm seeing that I'm like, I can't really pinpoint who I think is gonna win this fight, man. Andy Cruz is a bit more creative and dynamic with his punch selection and just with his offense. Muratalla kind of gets stale off it on the offensive end. He doesn't really put punches together like that in concession like Andy Cruz does. He doesn't, unless he has you completely bent to his will. Once he has you bent to his will, I mean, he does take, he tries for shots. I'll be lying if I said he didn't try for shots. He does try for shots, but he's not a volume puncher, man. Andy Cruz starts putting shit together. Andy Cruz starts getting, putting shit together. It's a 3-shot burst usually when it comes to Muratalla. So I think his offense is a lot more diverse and dynamic than Muratalla's. But the thing is, I think it's certain things that I see from Muratalla that just after the Tevin Farmer fight, I was like, yo, because I don't remember seeing it until after the Tevin Farmer fight, was his catch and shoot counter. His catch and shoot counter. I think with Tevin Farmer fighting out of the southpaw stance, he couldn't implement this counter in the manner that he was doing it against Abdullayev, because of the southpaw versus the conventional fighter, man. But he has this real, and it's honestly a deficiency, but a lot of time he's a world-class fighter, and when you're in there with somebody who can, you can get away with certain shit, you're able to get away with with certain shit. But he has this catch and shoot counter where it's not even like he's not, his guard isn't tight or nothing like that. He's not holding the phone or anything. He's actually checking the jab. He checks the jab. If they stab jab to the body, he checks the jab. And he honestly leaves himself exposed for a counter if somebody is quick enough to capitalize on it. But he checks the jab when they stab jab to the body. He checks it and he throws the right straight off of it. That's oh, come on, man. Interstate ain't right here. God damn. But that's real good work. That's real good, I won't say real good work because it is a deficiency in somebody's game, but it gives you a different look. And if you're fast enough to get away with it and you're sharp enough to get away with it, then it just is what it is. But I've seen him do that. He did that a lot in his last fight with Abdullayev, and I was like, yo, that could be a problem right there. But I think Andy Cruz is as one-dimensional of a fighter as Abdullayev? No, I don't. But just that's definitely there. It's there, and I don't know if he can implement it with Andy Cruz, but it is something to look out for, man. It's something to look out for, and he has good feet. The dude Muratalla is a good fighter, dog. He's a good fighter. Good defense, good feet, good counter punching, good jab, good counter. Everything is there. He just may not be. It just may not be on the level of that of an Andy Cruz, but he is a damn good fighter. He's a damn good fighter. And then what I look at with Andy Cruz, like I said, man, he's a little bit more dynamic of a puncher than a Raymond Muratalla. He puts his punches together. It's a little bit more, variety and diversity and creativity in his shot selection, man. And he puts shit together well, but and he stays on it. He stays on it. He, when he really starts to impose his will on you, that's when he starts turning it up. And that, I think, could be an issue for, a Raymond Muratalla, because he's a counter puncher, and he's looking to set you up off the counter. He's looking to work off the counter, and his offensive rate just completely starts to plummet. So where early on in the fight, he was already only putting 2 or 3 punches together, and then maybe in a round, for a round or two, you're getting a little bit more output from him. But it's not to the point where it's like, it's not a, OD. He's not ODing with it. Andy Cruz puts them together. He puts them together a whole hell of a lot more. But I think, with him putting the shit together the way that he does, Raymond Muratalla's, work rate already starting to plummet as the fight, progresses. That's going to work in the favor of an Andy Cruz. That's going to work in the favor of an Andy Cruz. It honestly is. But Raymond Muratalla is also, you can't give him that many countering opportunities. You can't give him that many countering opportunities, because he's going to start to capitalize. And if you start stab jabbing to the body to get him to drop his guard, he's going to catch and shoot with that backhand. So I see similarities between these two fighters, man. I see a lot of similarities between the two of them. But I see a little bit more variety out of Andy Cruz on the offensive end, because I think he's a little bit more well put together as far as an offensive fighter goes, man. But I don't see much difference between these two fighters, and I think Andy Cruz isn't as experienced as Raymond Muratalla is, because he only has like 5 fights or whatever, or 6 fights. His last fight with the Japanese dude made his 6th fight, and he has a 50% KO ratio. But sometimes that ain't, sometimes that don't, that's not the, the telltale of the story. That's not always the telltale of the story, man. In his 6 fights, he's done significant damage in those 6 fights, and he's proven, man, I'm a legitimate contender in this division. I'm a legitimate contender, and I'm possibly pound for pound in the making. You just never know. So I'm not so sure, but even with that being said, I'm not so sure who wins this fight, man. I can't make a definitive answer as to who comes out victorious in this fight, because I see similarities, and I see slight deviations that you could give the advantage to the next man over the other. I see a better offensive, approach with the likes of with an Andy Cruz. Nah, man. I see a better offensive repertoire from an Andy Cruz, and I see, I don't want to say slightly better counter punching with Raymond Muratalla, but I definitely see an approach to counter punching from Raymond Muratalla that I don't see from Andy Cruz. And I think that's what's going to make this such a compelling fight. I don't think it's going to be an all-action shootout. If it is, it'll be on behalf of Andy Cruz stepping to him and looking to initiate exchanges and everything, and Raymond Muratalla looking for those small pockets those small pockets of countering opportunities to capitalize on, and he's gonna get them. It's just a matter of fact, can he key in on it? Is he gonna allow somebody because his offense gets, like I said, it's not as diverse, so it's easier to key in on him. It's easier to key in on his punching patterns and take certain weapons away from him. Start countering his counters. It's easier for Raymond Muratalla's opponents to pick up on that. But the thing is, he adjusts to that as well. He adjusts to you countering the counter. But he may not be able, he's gonna have to be a lot more quicker and assertive with it when it comes to someone like an Andy Cruz, because Andy Cruz is a really dynamic offensive fighter. I don't know who I got winning this fight, Brody. I don't know. I'll be lying if I say, yo, man, I don't know who's winning. I don't have a clue who's going to win this fight. I'm excited about it nonetheless. This is a fight that I really want to see. I'm excited. That's all I got. I want to see this fight. Yeah. I don't know who's winning, bro. I don't have a horse in the race. May the best man win, and I honestly can't definitively pick a winner in this fight. The smart choice would be to go with Andy Cruz. Raymond being in, multiple 12-round fights and just having, being in there with, the better opposition. That fight with Tevin Farmer, I think, is tremendously helped Muratalla and Zepeda. It's tremendously helped him because Tevin Farmer is a damn good fighter. He's a damn good boxer. Damn good, man. He, and just even his approach to fight, just even him being the slickster that he is, he's a dude who stays in the pocket. He's right there with you, right there in front of you to hit. You just got to be able to, find a shot and land it. That was a good look for him. So I think that, has better prepared him because Andy Cruz he doesn't fight on the back foot neither. He's not no, he's not no sour science ass nigga. He's right there for you. He's a boxer puncher. You dig? He likes to fight. He likes to operate around about mid range. He likes to operate around about mid range, man. So I feel like, man, he might be more prepared, just as far as preparation goes. I'm not saying talent level or nothing like that, but he's more equipped to deal with Tevin Farmer than we think. He's a lot more equipped to deal with Tevin Farmer than we think. So, but that's not saying that he's going to win the fight. I don't know who's going to win the fight. I'm just excited to see the fight, and that's how I feel about it, man. So, may the best man win. I'm all the way tuned in on Saturday when it goes down. I'm all the way tuned in. Damn, as soon as you come off Ames Street, you smell the loud in rotation, man. We in the trenches over here, man. But yeah, man, that's how the fuck I'm feeling about it, man. I can't wait to see who becomes champion, a champion in the division, man. Him and Mason I think Muratalla and Mason both have the belts. I don't know who's gonna fight for Shakur's belt, but I think Floyd Schofield is looking to fight Lucas Body for Tank's belt. It's a new crop of lightweights right there, and I'm all for it, man. So may the best man win. May the best man win, and hopefully we can start getting unification matches in, man. I personally think Mason is gonna be HNIC of this division. Mason is going to be HNIC of this division, Brody. I think, but he has some stiff competition in front of him, man. Because I like what I see from Muratalla. I like what I'm seeing from Andy Cruz. I like what I'm seeing from Williams Zepeda. That division is deep. That division is deep. So, I've said enough. I don't know who's going to win. May the best man win. I'm excited to see the fight. And the next video I'm going to do, we're going to talk about the undercard. Because I wasn't expecting this shit. And we're going to do a breakdown on that in the next video, man. But, yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it. May the best man win. We see who comes out victorious on Saturday, man. And I will tap back in with y'all when I get out of my appointment, y'all. Deuces.